Hi guys, I know it's been like a month since I did my last video, but we're going to talk about another area of domestic violence and how it affects your children. Some of you may have children or be carrying children, so I want to speak on it really quick about how it affects children. At the time that I had experienced this, I had a 4.5-year-old daughter and I was pregnant in my first trimester. And my daughter was traumatized. She had anxiety. She started having accidents more frequently. If I would walk out the door, she would freak out. If we would go over certain family members' houses that she felt comfortable with, she told what had happened. And so I was just like, oh my God, I have to give my baby some counseling. So I did. And it helped a great deal. And on the other side, I was pregnant. So I was under a lot of stress. Even after I removed him from the house, we still shared an account. There still was bills that still had to be paid, because we were married. And so my money was being used over there where he was doing what he wanted to do and accounts being overdrawn. All kinds of stuff was going on. And so it went from physical abuse to financial abuse. And it's so many different ways to abuse a person: financial, physical, emotional, mental, like it can just, I went through it all. Long story short, I'm going to make this very, very brief. Um, I knew that I was under a lot of stress carrying my son. I just knew it. Just even after I removed him, just the idea that, oh my God, I have to deliver this baby and I know that this relationship is over. And that was traumatizing because who wants to have a new baby, and this baby probably will never have a relationship properly with this father because you just can tell by the way he's acting now. And so I was kind enough to invite him to the delivery because I wanted my son to be able to ask me, was he there? And I want to be able to say, yeah, I invited him, and he either said yes or he said no, and he said yes, so he was there. And after delivery, the doctors and nurses realized that my son was breathing funny. Like he would just stop breathing, like completely. Blue lips, heart beating real funny. So they ordered different little scans to look at his heart. That's when they found out he had a heart murmur. And they really couldn't identify what was the reason for the breathing problem. So we went from labor and delivery, where it should have been like a 2-day stay, to pediatrics, and we were there for 5 days. And I had a friend at that time. Her grandmother was a global missionary, and she said, "You have your blessed oil with you?" And I was like, "Yeah," because everybody who know me really close. I packed my oil, and I anointed my son from the crown of his head to the soles of his feet. And she prayed, and she said to me, "You and that baby gonna be able to go home tomorrow." And they finally released us on the 5th day. But I instantly knew when they said heart murmur, when they said he was breathing funny, I just knew all the stress that I was under, all the stress that the abuse had caused. I still was getting crazy text messages. I still was getting sharing an account and money being spent over here and there and everywhere. And um, I had already went through the physical abuse part of it in the beginning of the pregnancy. So I knew how I felt. I knew the nights that I cried. I knew what I had been through, and I knew that it had taken a toll on my newborn. And so I'm just sharing this really quick because it does affect your children. I could go out the door with this 4-year old at the time and she would freak out. She would think that I wasn't coming back, or is something gonna happen, or is he gonna show up? And it just, oh God, she went through a lot. So counseling was good for her. I even got counseling. I put myself through parenting counseling because I needed to know how to deal with what I went through, but also how to deal with what they were going through and how to effectively care for my children and care for myself. And Turlock Resource Center helped me with that a great deal. And yeah, I just wanted to share that when you have little children, It affects them. Even your older children, it will affect them. And if you're pregnant, it can affect just the stress of it all will affect your pregnancy, the development of your child. So, my children are fine. My son is great. He's a bruiser, meaning big. And my daughter is brilliant. She's intelligent and she's way more calmer now. And it's been a wonderful 2 years, at the aftermath of it all. And we're still going through the process of healing because healing is a revolving door. But I just wanted to say, take care of yourself and take care of your babies. Domestic violence is an ugly, ugly thing that we brush under the rug and we don't talk about enough. And so I just wanted to share this with you. And I will be in touch. Toodles.